You're listening to the Flip Houses Like a Girl podcast, where we educate, empower, and celebrate everyday women who are facing their fears, juggling family and business, embracing their awesomeness, and wholeheartedly chasing their dream of flipping houses. Each episode delivers honest-to-goodness tools, tips, and strategies you can implement today to get closer to your first or next successful house flip. Here's your spiky-haired, breakfast taco-loving host, house flipping coach, Debbie DeBeery.
Hey, you guys. I hope that you are being gentle with yourself and practicing self-love and patience and self-care and all of those really important things that we tend to forget to do as parents. And now that we have our kiddos home with us pretty much indefinitely, and we're running our businesses and we're homeschooling kids and it just feels a little chaotic, it's really important to practice some self-care. All right, I am doing some live videos on my Facebook page, the Flipstress. So if you aren't already following me, do so that you can tune in when I go live. I recently talked about two things that you can be doing right now to secure your house flipping future. So let's get into that. I'm pretty sure that what I'm seeing in my inbox, you are probably seeing as well. So I'm hearing from every real estate guru there is that whatever their latest and greatest trick is will be the one you need to be using right now to get riches in real estate, to make your fortune, basically sitting on the couch doing nothing with their big easy button, right? And I'm so annoyed by their emails. And really, frankly, they make me angry because a lot of people buy into what they say and they do end up buying in to their ridiculous product and their scheme, whatever it is they're pushing. And I think it's really important for you to understand that any strategy you want to do will work in any market. It might mean you have to make adjustments, but personally, I've been through all kinds of markets and I've been flipping houses successfully since 2008, mind you, which was the Great Recession. Okay? So what these gurus think, here are their assumptions. This is what I think they're assuming about us, about the people on their email list. They assume that you just want to sit on your couch all day investing in real estate. They assume you want as little connection as possible and as little contact as possible with anybody in the outside world, regardless of social distancing. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in our regular world, they assume you want to make millions of dollars with zero contact with people. And if you're watching this, I know that that's not true. They assume that you don't value relationships, that pushing paper is totally fine. And that's what I call a lot of the real estate investing strategies. It's really just pushing paper. They assume that you're driven solely by money and that you don't value impact on a larger scale outside of yourself. They don't think you really care about making an impact in your community. And they assume that you don't value a creative outlet, right? Like creative expression. They assume it's not really important to you. And also, this is the big one. They assume that you're playing second fiddle to a man, your boyfriend, your husband, and really, they're the ones calling the shot, right? That you're just along to support and you're just along for the ride to support them. So those are their assumptions of you. Let's get into my assumptions of you. This is what I assume about you. If you're watching this video, you're obsessed with houses. You can't stop thinking about
being able to spend your days bringing old houses back to life. You crave creative expression. You want to be known and remembered in your community and in your family and in your circle of friends as someone who actually made a difference and made a positive impact. And this is a big one. You want to show your kids and your nieces and nephews and your grandkids that following your passions and never giving up is the way to live your life. Following what you want to do, following what lights you up. That's really important to you. And you're at a stage in your life where the hustle and grind that we did back in our 20s and maybe early 30s, that's not really where we are right now. All of that energy and churn and churn and churn that we did, it's like, we put in that time, right? Right now, we're at this space of how do we actually work smarter instead of harder? Because burning the candle at both ends, that's not how you achieve success. Continuing to get up when you get knocked down until you find success, that's how you find success. But it doesn't have to do with working your fingers to the bones. That's not what it's about. And then finally, my final assumption of you compared to their final assumption of you, right? You are 100% in the driver's seat and you're ready to take control of your future and finally do this thing, this flipping houses thing that you've been dreaming of for possibly years. But you just need to know that this is the right time because you're hearing noise out there, right? I get it. And also, you lack some confidence and you don't really know how to piece it all together. And a small part of you, maybe even a big part of you, really thinks you missed out on the timing. You think, oh, I should have jumped in a year ago when I first started thinking about this, or I should have done this a few years ago. Maybe this isn't the best time. Maybe it's not really truly possible for me to be successful flipping houses. So all of that is a long-winded way of me saying that basically you have two things to resolve in order to achieve what you want when it comes to fixing and flipping houses for a profit. And the first one is you've got to cut out all of that BS and noise out there that doesn't serve you. All right. It's coming from gurus who have their own agenda. They're selling you a piece of software that is obsolete and ridiculous and a waste of your money, frankly. You don't need special software. They're selling you whatever get rich quick. And it's always about get rich quick. If their emails say, make millions on your couch, I promise you, you're not going to do it. You're not going to make millions from your couch. And a lot of people are going to buy into it. Anyway, the second thing is you have to trust yourself. You have to trust your timing, your desires, and your wishes. Frankly, if flipping houses, buying old houses, renovating them, and selling them for a profit, if that is calling to you, and it's something that you truly want to do, then it's never the wrong time to chase that. Life is short. I don't care if that's a cliche. But when you have bad things happen to you, you realize quickly, or when things turn like that, like this pandemic that we're in, we realize quickly just how short time is, right? It is never a waste to follow passions and curiosities, ever. Even if you flip one house and decide, I don't know, man, it really wasn't for me. Like, it was fun, but I don't really know if I want to do it again. Great, you got it out of your system. That's awesome. Do you know how much you're going to learn about yourself and about running a business and about communication and so much more that's going to benefit you regardless of what you choose to do next? It's so much bigger than just flipping a house. There's so much more that goes into it. And a lot of that is how you change, because who you are right now cannot be the person who flips a house for the first time. You have to grow and change. You're going to have some mindset work. You have to learn skills. You have to learn processes. The you are right now isn't the same you're going to be after you flip your first house successfully. Okay? And you may be frustrated with yourself that it's taken you so long to finally get started. I get that. I did 5 years. It took me 5 years, 2003 to 2008. I totally get that. But at some point, you have to have some amount of faith in yourself, because there's no coach or program or software that can guarantee any level of success, because it's not about the how. It's not about the processes, the strategies, the contracts, etc. It's not about that. It's so much bigger than that. It's about having the belief in yourself to keep showing up and doing the work even when it's hard, even when it doesn't go your way. And not only that, but having the trust in yourself to know that you can do hard things and you can make it through hard things. So when something comes up, you have to have trust in yourself that you can handle it. That's for life and for business. We're here to celebrate you and to be your safety net. All right? But you have to ultimately, above all, have faith and trust in yourself. All right? So to summarize, all of this is to say that if flipping houses is what you want to do, now, meaning whenever you're ready to go all in, right, and totally commit to doing this, now is the perfect time. And doing these two things will get you there even faster. One, cutting out all of the BS from the gurus, cutting out all of that noise. You've got to get rid of it. You don't need their get rich quick BS that they're selling, because it's not going to work for you. And number two, to trust yourself. All right. And the beautiful thing is that if you do those two things, a year from now, you're going to look back and be totally amazed at what you've accomplished. All right. You can do this. I know you can. You've got to believe it. And now, more than ever, my industry, my house flipping industry that I've been in since 2008, we need you now more than ever. We need more good flippers. And the beauty is that a bunch of the flippers that have been in the market or trying to be in the market are going to go away. They're going to jump to some get rich quick scheme because their heart isn't in it. They're not in it to buy old houses and love them back to life like you are. That's why you're going to succeed. How do I know that? Because that's how I've succeeded since the freaking recession. All right? You can do this.
You've totally got this. All right. Until next time, go out there, flip houses like a girl, leave people and places better than you find them, and make it a great day, y'all. Bye.